everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today I'm at Kalasi Cellars here in Fredericksburg, Texas in the Texas Hill Country. And I'm reviewing not one of their wines, but two, because they're doing some cool stuff up here and it's really good, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, so the first wine that I want to review from Kalasi Cellars is their 2019 Sparkling Muscat of Alexandria. Now, this is not what you typically think of with Muscat. It's not sweet at all. It is a bone-dry wine, which is something that doesn't happen out here a lot in Texas with Muscat. But I'm glad they're doing it. The other cool thing they're doing about it is after they make the wine, they're adding in some CO2. It's not there to make it a sparkler like you're thinking champagne, cava, prosecco, not that kind of thing. The CO2 makes a really cool kind of mouth texture, but it doesn't take away anything from the primary notes of this wine. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. From a color standpoint, you are pale gold, a beautiful, clear, pale gold. I love it. It's just kind of shimmering in the sun when you swirl it around. On the nose, pronounced intensity on the nose. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I'm getting a lot of like honeysuckle. I'm getting a little bit of lemon, almost like a lemon curd type note. There's a hint of orange in there as well, like a slight touch of peach blossom. Yeah, it's just really floral, it's really aromatic. But how does it taste? Okay, first of all, the palate matches the nose in terms of intensity. This, for a white wine, this is a pretty bold wine. So one of the things I really like about this is that CO2 really uplifts everything in concert with the acid. So those two work together. It gives it a nice kind of zingy texture on the palate, and the acid helps elevate all those sort of floral and fruit notes. Overall, this is quite nice. But how nice is it? Let's get to the blick. From a balance standpoint, I think it's in balance. I actually think the CO2 helps actually elevate the balance a little bit, because even with high acid, sometimes dry muscats can actually be a little bit flabby, and that CO2 really kind of pops it up a notch. So well done there. In terms of length, I'm getting a medium plus finish on this wine, so half a point. Intensity, pronounced on the palate, pronounced on the finish, a full point. And in terms of complexity, I'm not getting any secondary, I'm getting a whole bunch of primary, and I'm getting the exact primary that I was looking for, so half a point. In the end, that comes out to very good. So we know that this one's a winner, but what about their single varietal Carmenere? All right, so the next one I have is their 2017 Carmenere. You all know I love Carmenere. It has a really nice kind of green note to it, some really sticky tannins. It's a lot of fun. But one of the things I like about this wine is it's the first single varietal Carmenere made in the state of Texas that's actually grown here. So it's a state grown in the Texas High Plains, and then they make it and they bottle it into this beautiful thing that we have in my glass. So let's take a look at it. From a color standpoint, you are a deep ruby, and on the nose, medium plus intensity on the nose. So you're getting the nice earthiness that you expect with Carmenere. You're kind of getting that slight soily note. So the other items I'm getting on the nose are the characteristic green bell pepper notes. That's definitely there. It blends in very well with the soil. You also get this sort of prune note coming out of it, well with a little bit of blackberry, a little bit of black cherry, and some raspberry. Yeah, it's really kind of cool. But how does it taste? All right, so first of all, like a lot of Carmeneres that you typically buy, it's high in tannins, but this isn't going to be one of those where you have to kind of scrape the enamel off your teeth whenever you're done drinking it in order to get rid of them. They're there, they're strong, they're bold, but they are not overpowering whatsoever. This is also a high acid wine. It's a full-bodied high acid wine. So you're gonna get a lot of oomph on the palate whenever you partner in with those tannins, which is nice because nothing is overpowering. In terms of the actual primary notes, you're getting everything you get on the nose. All that juicy fruit. And even that cherry is more of like a sour cherry once you actually get it into your mouth. But yeah, there's that slight prune, a lot of nice sour cherry, there's that raspberry, and the green bell pepper does an excellent job kind of reining in all the fruit and bringing it down to a nice earthy level. And there's a nice earthiness on the palate from sort of that soily effect, but it doesn't actually make the wine taste gritty in your mouth. I think this is a good wine, but how do we know? We got to get to the blick. So from a balance standpoint, you're in balance, full point. In terms of length, you have actually a medium plus finish as well, so half a point. In terms of intensity, I'm getting a medium plus intensity on the palate and a medium plus intensity on the nose, so half a point. And in terms of complexity, I am getting a ton of that fruit. That fruit is there, that bell pepper's there, that earthiness, those tannins, all that stuff is really showing up as I'm tasting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a full point there. In the end, you're also a very good wine. I'm gonna have a hard time figuring out which one I wanna take home today, but there's a good chance you're both going home with me. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you been to Kalasi Cellars here in Fredericksburg, Texas? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you all again soon with another episode and winery review from Wine on the Dime.